Hey everyone, welcome to our post show. While we all file in, we're gonna wait.
Oh, hit it quick. Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, typically we do like a wrap up at the end where somebody will come up and
Well, no,
kind of
I was
finalize.
I was actually talking to
thoughts.
some youth group students, making sure they were going to be coming tonight. So,
Yeah,
and they said yes.
hooray!
Hooray!
Hey, thanks for joining us on our post show where we're going to sit down and talk about things that happened this morning.
In our
Now that
chairs.
we're all here.
Yes.
Now that we're all here. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good, man. How are you? I woke up feeling kind of blah, just after sitting in the cold all day yesterday watching football.
You went to the game?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to the game with Adam and Blake and
The
Logan.
Portage Central game or the Vicksburg game?
Vicksburg game.
Vicksburg game.
Yep.
Either one.
Either
They
one,
were-
unfortunately,
You guys
yeah.
should have gone to the Schoolcraft game.
That's what we should have, because they steamrolled over whoever they played.
They did, yeah. So good luck to the Schoolcraft
Yep.
Eagles.
They play next Sunday at 9 something in the morning at Ford
Jeez.
Field,
9 something.
like 9:30. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So their holiday weekend's going to be cut short traveling over there, I'm sure.
What do you
But
think
that's cool.
Ford Field's breakfast options are like?
Ford Field breakfast options.
I don't think they have breakfast options. Do
Maybe,
they probably go
uh,
right to lunch?
Yeah, I imagine
even
hot
a-
dogs,
Hot dog, throw a scrambled egg on top.
some nachos.
Perfect.
A breakfast hot dog? Is that a thing? We
It's
could
like a
definitely make it.
sausage.
Well, have you seen those
Ooh.
little corn dogs that you can
Yeah.
get with the pancake wrapped around them and a sausage in the middle?
There you go. All right.
Ford
well,
Field. Get on this.
Good luck, Schoolcraft.
What did Harry talk about?
Let us know what you have for breakfast.
Yeah. Let us know what you're going to eat to fire up and get ready for that game.
Yes.
Yeah, but good luck to them. I mean, that's pretty exciting.
That's huge,
to have one of our local schools going to the state tournament
Yeah.
and hopefully take it. I don't know who they're playing. Anybody know?
I don't know either, no. But hopefully they're all
Put
safe
it in the
and everybody
comments.
plays
Put
a
it
great
in the
game.
chat
Yeah.
right now. Who's
So-
Schoolcraft playing?
But yeah. How's your day going, Steve? You always ask us how we're doing. How's your day going?
Sundays are busy.
Yep.
There's always 1,000 things for me to do, and so it's always important for me to try to slow down.
Yep.
Try to actually process. I am here. There's some vocation part of what happens on Sunday mornings for me. A lot of times that happens, and so it's critical for me to be able to slow down and be like, this is also my time to worship. This is also my time to be fed and to lean into my walk. So it's tough sometimes because there are some fires that have to be put out. Metaphorical fires, not real fires.
Thank
So
goodness.
far.
So
Knock,
far.
knock on wood. Knock on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Takeaways from this morning. What was something that you guys impacted you about anything that happened this morning? What was something that you guys can take away from this morning?
I always say it, I sound like a broken record, but when all the youth group kids see me and come up to me and give me 5 or fist bump, I was like, they don't have to do that, but it's cool that we do make a difference and they look forward to seeing you every single week and stuff like that. Or when you're not here the next week, they're like, where were you? I was like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. So, stuff like that's cool.
Right.
But aside from that, Perry's message, I'm like a little conflicted because would I, after having all that stuff done to me, be able to forgive so freely and like fly around and like try to visit people and things? Like it's really easy for me to just go, I could forgive them, but then having to look them in the face and forgive them as well and say, hey, I don't hold you accountable for anything. That's really hard.
Right.
Unfortunately, sometimes that human side takes over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like today, normally I would, think be really hard on myself for how much farther I have to go. But I also, I was able to reflect on the transformation that was made in my life, which was, and I did that first, which was really awesome and kind of set my, a better lens on for the sermon that Perry had. Because everyone is always trying to improve at their fruits of the Spirit, right? But also, I've come so far, and I should be massively proud of myself.
Yeah.
Yes, you should.
And it's okay to feel that way.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
giving yourself permission to be like, hey, I can reflect and I can rejoice in this. What God has done in my life is a good thing.
Yeah.
I can acknowledge where I was. I can also acknowledge how much farther I need to go.
Yep.
But I can rejoice with where God has taken me.
Yep.
I liked at the end.
When Perry stopped talking, yeah.
That was my favorite part.
Amen.
He asked a couple questions that I liked and the one that stuck out to me most was how are you using God's gifts in your life? And it's just like how it was just a good reminder for me to not kind of go on autopilot of just like going through my day-to-day things. Like my weeks typically are pretty much the same. I go to work, I go home, and then I do random things here and there. But it's all like it's very similar. But just it was a good reminder for me not to like just shut my brain off and go on autopilot, but to like I don't know. That was my thing.
To not just sit in the crowd, to participate and that's good. It was a good metaphor, even though there was a lot of sports talk today, Perry. Come on. Jeez.
Yes.
Hey, it's
Perry. No.
It's Dave talks about mountains. Perry's going to talk about sports.
But I like that analogy of sitting in the crowd. And sometimes we can get too comfortable watching other people use their gifts. And it's like, Steve and Matt and Elizabeth can sing, and I'm glad they get to do that. And I'm just sitting back going, like, not thinking about what I can do to help or what I, know, things like that. And it's so easy to just go on autopilot, like you said.
Well, and that's kind of where I want to lean in this morning is I want us to talk about some experiences that we have, but really frame it through the lens of encouragement, because I think the message that we are all called to use our gifts, our talents, in a way that glorifies God. We're also all called to participate in the body of Christ. And that means the way that we structure the body of Christ right now is through local churches. And it means that we're called to do something, right? This is not just a spectator sport, right? We're not just supposed to come, sit in the chair, watch what happens, and then leave and not get involved. So this is really a call to action, a call to say, what are you doing? If you're not participating in church yet, first off, it's okay.
Yep.
Because we can move forward from here, and there's an action you can take. And so I kind of want to take some time this morning and talk about your own volunteerism experiences, something that you guys have experienced. Maybe they're good, maybe they're bad. Talk us through some of both and how you overcame that, and then what that means to you and how that has helped move you in your walk with Christ.
I mean, when I first started volunteering, it was simply just showing up early when we were back at the school and just helping set up rooms. And then after church, you take things down. So it was pretty just show up, move some stuff, put it away. And then we came here.
So it was just kind of manual labor.
Labor, yeah, which is what I excel at. Just,
And honestly, man, I know there are some people look around and say, "Oh, everything is working, and there's just not room for me to do it, or there's nothing for me to do," and that is so far from. Like, there's always something that needs moved, needs set up, needs whatever. So sometimes those simple jobs are a great place to start.
Of course, yeah. And plus, like, stuff doesn't happen without those simple jobs. If the rooms don't get set up, kids don't have something to do. But then a certain somebody we did news breaks. Remember that? And I would go over to your house and film those.
That's right.
I hated them because I'm like, I don't like reading out loud.
Connections news.
Yes.
But then you started this whole pre-show and post-show thing, and you were like, hey, I'm like, me? No, I don't think so. But it's like really, I look forward to it every week. And when I'm gone, I'm like, something feels off about my day because I haven't gotten to, joke with my friends or anything or point to a, imaginary QR code that I'm like, but when people would come up to me and go, hey, you're the guy on the pre-show. And they came because they just randomly found it. I was like, I never would have thought in a million years God would use me in that way whatsoever. So that's been a great one. But yeah, start. There's no bad place to start. And like you said, if you have a certain set of skills, talk to Perry, talk to Steve, talk to Kristen, you can talk to Dave, but just not about your skills. Just because they have so many places to get plugged into, and there's so many things that you don't realize happen at church until you start to volunteer and see everything kind of unfold in front of you.
Right.
So
Yeah, there's just a handful of staff members, right?
Yep.
There's Dave, Perry, Isaac, Kristen, myself. We're the full-time staff members, and then we have a couple of part-time people, actually Matt and Elizabeth. And but the reality is even if you just took those 7 people and said, go and do church, it would never happen. Like,
it's so hard. Yeah.
it would be impossible. This place only exists because there's people with that willing spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot the question you asked. I was
No,
enjoying,
just share it.
I was just enjoying listening.
Just share a volunteer experience maybe that you had.
Oh man, mine is one of just continuing to show up and people pouring into me until I understood what was going on. And then that's really when I was able to use my gifts the best, is after I kind of understood the purpose of all of it. After years of people pouring into me, it was, okay, well, I can pour into other people. And then finding out gifts that I didn't know I had. Like, I'm a very introverted person, but for some reason, people like to tell me stuff about their lives, you know? So I get to have a lot of wonderful, deep conversations about people's lives, whether it's in my small group or just out in the lobby or whatever, you know? That's not a position we have here at the church for volunteers, but do it if you're able to have those conversations. Turn to your neighbor and
Well,
have
you
those
also
conversations.
you also being here every week in and week out, does give people that sense of, oh, I can talk to him, I've gotten to know him, and now I can say these things. Whereas sometimes you're a little more reserved if you don't see it. So never discredit you just being there, helping out in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. It's been a fun ride, and I'm super blessed to be able to do it as part of the staff now, and use these gifts even more. I don't know. Right now, it's just kind of like a good time.
Yeah. What's been the most challenging thing about being a volunteer?
When I was asked to start running the youth worship, you have to like make sure everyone's available, find a day, and then day to practice, wrangle children. I am not good at organizing stuff and scheduling stuff and things like that. So that was a massive learning curve. And also, like, just when I teach myself things, I am not nice to myself. But you got to be nice to these students when you're teaching them things. So I had to change my whole approach with trying to understand what I'm saying, and not be as harsh as I would towards myself.
Yeah, and where is that now? How do you feel about it now?
Worlds better with worlds to go.
Yeah.
It's something I'm actively working on, diving into the word, learning more about worship, learning more about praise, and learning how to convey that to students without all of the religious language that can sometimes be confusing. That's one of the things I'm focusing on a lot, is trying to learn how to do that.
Cool.
Good.
What about you? You got any cool volunteerism stories?
Yeah, I
can do the pre-show with Andy.
no least favorites. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I feel like I am in a very unique position because I'm kind of everywhere. Like, just with social media, I go everywhere and I see all the things. And so just like being able to see the little behind the scenes things that you don't always get to see unless you're like, I go to CK2 and they're having a great time just building towers with blocks. And if you're not back there, you don't see that. Your kid might tell you about it, but it's just to see those little, like their relationships grow with their teachers. And, I don't know, it's cool to just see it all kind of happen. And to be able to like capture it and try my best to show it. But another thing came to mind was outside of just this building. For a long time, I was in a small group that would go to 12 baskets like once a month or even more than that. And just like the like connections and friendships that you build there. And all you did was pack up some produce and stick it in a bag, and it's super easy. But it's like there's this one lady that was there. Her name was Mary, and she was great. And I built such a good relationship with her, and she just got to tell me her story on why she was there. Like, and so you just get to hear and be inspired by so many different people's stories, and you get to know that like, oh, I'm helping someone, like this produce that I'm just sticking in a bag is going to a family who really needs it.
Yeah.
So even just like there's so many opportunities in church and so many ways to get connected, volunteering or in groups or whatever, but there's also so many places outside of this. And so 12 Baskets is a good one that we get to partner with and be connected with.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the kids ministry again, because you do get to go back there and you get to see them. And that is an area we know that we could always use more people. Like if anybody is interested in getting plugged in and wants to have some fun on Sunday mornings, man, I would highly encourage you jump into our kids ministry because it is so much fun. Tell them a little bit about that so they get a little bit of a picture of our kids ministry.
So every week it's just a lot of fun. They play a bunch of games and do crafts, and each week there's songs that you get to sing and dance to, and they have memory verses, and these kids, they love their memory. CK2 especially.
What age is that?
CK2 is like preschool, kindergarten-ish through first grade. So it's that like they're potty trained. They're like toddlers, full on toddlers, not like
toddlers
babies.
through kindergarten.
Matt, that's where we can help.
And they love it. And that's one of my favorite like parts to go into is when they're doing their verse because they're all so excited about it. And it's like you take some random people and they'd be like, oh yeah, I have to memorize. Like some people might have like, oh, this isn't very fun, but they have a blast and it's great. And there's kids that remember like 3 months ago verse. So it's also really cool to just see like, oh, this stuff is sticking. They don't fully probably know what it means yet, but they know it.
Right,
and so that they can grow and figure it all out. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And Kristen does a great job preparing all of the stuff along with Angela Helick helps her a lot with that. But you have a binder that helps you walk through the lesson. So it's not even that you have to come up with the lesson or like be nervous about that in any way. But yeah.
Yeah, and we're looking for teachers, but we're also looking for helpers. We're looking for just anybody who's willing to step in. And this is a great opportunity. And we have different ages. If you like little babies, we have a nursery. If you like the toddlers and preschool age, we have that. We have elementary, and that's split into 2 different groups. So if you like the older elementary and you like to go in the multi-purpose room and play basketball and have fun and get to actually have some real cool conversations, we have that. We highly encourage you is reach out to us. Go to our website, my3c.org, click on connect. On there, you're going to see an opportunity to volunteer. You're going to see a checkbox in there. And we highly encourage you, if you have questions about volunteering here at Connections, please fill out a Connect card. It's the best way to contact us. It's the best way to start this ball forward. Maybe you don't know where you want to serve yet. Maybe you don't know what is available. Reach out to us. We have so many great opportunities for you to continue growing in your walk with Jesus and continue to give back and continue to do something right here and make an impact in this world. Guys, thanks for sharing your stories this morning. We hope that you guys have a whole bunch of stories to tell because of all the upcoming volunteering that you're going to do right here. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great week.